Hey, Joe, how are you? Something is going on. I see that you commented, but it's not. I'm doing good. We're working on the signatures. I didn't get done what I needed to get, what I was planning to get done due to the out of state company. So all I'm doing right now, I'm gonna set that aside for a second, is going to put my papers in a different order. I don't want all my signatures to be the same order. So I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this one. Hey, Joey, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. So what we're doing today is we're still working on the journal. I was supposed to have the signature sewed in, but I didn't get time to work on my journal really too much between the last time and this time. So signatures aren't sewed in. Signatures aren't even ready to be sewn in yet. I have two that are. I have two that are not. So I sat yesterday and glued my designs that I printed out, two papers and the signatures on two of them. So two of them are ready pretty much to be sewn in. It's just these two. So I'm going to wait for a couple of more people to just see if anybody else is going to show up. And if not, we're just going to get started. What I'm going to do is we're going to dismantle it, sort of. I got everything in order, how I wanted it to be. And now what I'm going to do is we are going to cover pages. But we're only going to cover one side of the pages. And that gives me plenty of room to work. Envelopes aren't getting done yet. So I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to set our guts to our signature to over here. And if y'all had a good week, good weekend, oh, there's really a lag today. Oh, I've lost some peoples. Oh, what happened to your laptop, Joe? That's true. They may have been. I know Mary was going to try to come on, but she also posted that she was in a lot of pain today. So, and this is so technical, y'all. All I'm going to do is apply glue to these. Glue stick, because glue will wrinkle my paper and glue will cause my ink to run. I did over the weekend do an experiment though. And I ran my 110-pound cardstock through my printer. It will print. Now the next thing. Right, I remember you saying that about your laptop. And so now I'm going to check to see if I paint or glue with wet glue on the back of the cardstock, being that it's thicker than paper, if it will make the ink run or if I can use like liquid glue with it. So I'm still experimenting with that one, but the pictures came out really nice looking on the cardstock, the images. And doesn't matter, but this would be right side up. Hi, Jane. Thank you for coming. Oh, my goodness, Joe. I'm not doing anything with the coffee filters. This side of this paper looks way worse than the other side. These little spots came up when I was baking it on my baking sheet before I learned I should put aluminum foil down. I tried it with wax paper. Ouch, I just poked myself with my cutter. I tried it with wax paper and the dots still showed up. So the solution was to use, that did not cut all the white off, but to use the tin foil. Tin foil, for whatever, it blocked the little dots from coming up. And they didn't come up when I was using my like round, really pretty silver pizza pans, just on the older ones. So, and I've gone through, I don't know how many glue sticks doing this, but it's better than the ink running, so, and ruining the images. But now that I know I can print on the cardstock, I'm going to try running a piece of my coffee stained cardstock through the printer, because that would be awesome if it could print on the coffee stained cardstock, because it's not as flat, or as flat, I should say, as the other. So if it could print on that with no problems, that would be really cool and solve a lot of my problems at the same time. So today we're just putting signatures together. Finishing up putting the signatures together. And I'm not going to do both of these. Oh, I need to go get the short paper. Nick. Hang on, y'all. Nick. I need the paper off the arm. I had short papers made for my book pages.
Little pages?
Yeah. I think that's what I need. No, I need the other paper too.
Okay.
Not cardstock paper. Ooh, that's pretty. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, here's my glue stick that I was using.
This way it's all here. You can tell me what you need and I'll put the rest back.
I need something I can, that's for matte paper. I don't think I have any more of those printed, so hang on. Not that small anyway. I'll just grab out something. Uh-oh. Here, just set it. There we go. Okay, I missed some stuff. I'm sorry, Joe, what gives it the vintage look? Well, Joe, I wouldn't be able to do them on my phone without going through Wi-Fi. If I didn't have the unlimited plan, but you should be able to switch it over to Wi-Fi and do it on your phone. It doesn't require data if you're on Wi-Fi to do them from your phone, because then you're using your Wi-Fi, and your Wi-Fi is a lot better than my Wi-Fi. Oh, cool, Joe. Hi, Sue. Thank you for coming. I didn't see you come in. Okay, great, Sue. Well, Joe, if it is a virus, and if you have the discs to reinstall everything on your computer, you don't need to go pay to get it fixed. You can go in and you can redo your computer yourself. Basically you erase it all off of it and it comes back up, and you put the discs in and reinstall everything from the discs. And you can, it just depends. We've had to do that before. Back in the day, trying to remember what Windows it was. I think it was when Windows 98 first came out. Like I said, back in the day, way back in the day, we had a computer that got a virus on it, and at that time we were told that there were no Windows 98 didn't have disks to reinstall it and restart it over. Well, I found a website, Microsoft.com. You do enough research on there, you can find startup disks. So we made a copy of the startup disks for it, and we just used those startup disks that we made and basically erased everything off the computer and redid it ourselves, because they were going to charge us an outrageous amount to redo it, because there were no startup disks. They were thinking, and that's what they told me. Well, there's no startup disk for Windows 98. Like, well, I found some. So as long as you have the disc that came with your computer, there's a way, Joe, for you to do it. And make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, paper ones, though, Joe, that's what we're using in our Flocker journals. And thank you for letting me know that. I'm not sure I'm going to use one of those again for anything, because the binding, they're sewed in, first of all. You can't get anything down in the cracks because the paper. And they're just not, the paper is so thin. But if I wanted to make like a glue book or something like that, that would be a great thing to make a glue book out of. Looking to see if I got glue everywhere. Where did my page things go? I have lost where I was. Joe, that paper pack for making a baby album is really cool. So, y'all, this is the answer to me doing this as cheaply as I can. Without buying a paper pack, because we're going to put dictionary paper on this one, on one side, and leave the other side plain. Now, I do have stuff that I'm going to embellish these pages with. Right now, it's just getting the pages set up how I want them set up. And turning stuff into dictionary paper that otherwise is not dictionary paper, because I don't have dictionary paper. So But I have been printing like a crazy person. For days and days. And that was folded that way. Coffee filter goes by itself. This is going to be this. And I was worried about how many glue sticks I was using, and then Nick reminded me that he got me 24 glue sticks at Sam's for like $7 or $8. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I still have plenty. Because I've been using about 2 glue sticks per signature just to glue these pages in. But when I'm getting ready to do embellishments, I think as long as I'm not gluing, if I'm applying the glue to the embellishment and then sticking it down, it should stop the ink on here from running. And most of the embellishment paper I've sealed, so. And I'm going to trim those off later. Well, I'll just go in and do it really quick. It's funny how I'm printing on 8.5 by 11 sheets. This paper is 8.5 by 11. I think my coffee shrank my paper. It's just weird to me. Or like Joe says, your paper is not exactly sized. They kind of, it's not square, and I don't think they size it all the same either. I'm going to check chat. Hi, Katrine. I'm going back through chat. Okay, what about the speckles from not using from not using tinfoil when I first started, Joe? Oh, wow, Joe, about your phone being old. Yes, Jane, hurry up and win the lottery so you can get everybody all the things they need. That's already at the shop. Cool. And hi, Holly. I read your comment, but forgot to tell you hi. So hi, thank you for coming. Oh, good, Joe. That's good. So you'll be back up and running again. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And Katrine. These are actually coffee stained, Katrine, and they all came out different colors, but I love them. I love how they turned out. And I wanted to tell you that I have missed your lives because we've had the out-of-town company, and it's been crazy around here. My schedule should go back to normal very soon. I am gluing my pages together because I don't have book paper. And so I wanted to give a background to my pages. I should keep working, but I was looking at chat. So I wanted to give a background to my pages without having to go overboard. So this was a good way to get a good, pretty little background on here. I can do that, Joe, next time if you have a problem. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I can't do anything about my accent, y'all. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. Well, hairspray doesn't seem to help them from running. So I've been spraying them with Krylon matte spray, because I spray front and back to seal both sides. So that works. The hairspray, because water will dilute the hairspray. When you're putting glue on there and getting it wet, it really doesn't do anything as far as sealing it permanent, but the Krylon does. Okay, so what I'm doing is I want pretty pages. Well, not that these aren't pretty, but like this right here, I want to cover it up. So I printed out pages on the printer to give me good backgrounds. Okay, because this is not very thick paper either to put in. I wouldn't want this in my journal. The printer paper is very thin. The matte paper is kind of thin, but when you put them together, it's a lot thicker. My paper that I use from the sketch pad is a lot thicker than the printer paper. I have since run cardstock through my printer, and my printer will work on the cardstock. So since the printer worked on the cardstock, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to try it running coffee dyed paper through the printer. It's wrinkly, so I don't know if it'll go through or if it'll cause a problem. Even though I've ironed it, it's still, it's never as smooth as it was beforehand. So I figured I would try that to see if I could then print straight on the cardstock coffee dyed, because my paper's bright white. How's that going to work? Oh, I cut too much of that off. I'm not going to worry about it. I can always trim it in a minute. So that's why I'm gluing pages together. It's just to get me a background started that I'm going to put embellishments on. But I am very careful because I'm only gluing something to one side. So like this, hang on. This page only has this on one side. That leaves this side for me to do whatever I want to on. So if I have a side that's messier or worse looking than the other side, so I'm leaving some of it the same and some of it I'm covering. Did I already trim that? I did, but I'm going to do it again. I don't like that edge. There we go. So I hope did that answer your question about why I'm gluing pages together? But I know my printer paper is really thin. The next time we get printer paper, we got to buy thicker printer paper, especially for this kind of thing. That would help. And I need to invest in Krylon because their matte spray is great. It's a great sealer. I just spray front and back, keeps the ink from running. But you go through a lot of that when you're doing something like this. So I need to do an investment into Krylon. Get my money back. And since I cut that the wrong size, I'm just going to trim my matte page a little bit. And I don't mind the other side of my matte page. I just don't like this side of my matte pages. Because I'm going to do I'm going to try to figure out some cool things to do to that side. I don't think that's how that was folded. I think it was like this. And I tried using double-sided tape yesterday, Joe. I need a bone folder. Okay, great, Kathy. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for coming. Your coffee dyed paper works on the printer, Kathy? I'm going through chat, y'all. Cool. I'm going to have to try it. Yeah, there's a fixative. I haven't tried the fixative. Okay, so like on this page, I if I can get it to where you can, oh, I have a shadow. This one's been sprayed with ink. And now I'm going to pick, and I may not put any paper on it. That's what I've been doing on these that's got the spray. No paper. So that's going to go there. Just like it is. Because I like that. Just like it is. And then I'll work on it from there. And then on some of my coffee, if I'm getting my little scrappy, strippy things everywhere. Some of my coffee dyed paper. Nick, can you come plug those lights in? I've got a major shadow going on. The Hubster's going to help eliminate some shadow. This one came out marbledy looking. I don't know how I got this effect. You can really see it on the back side. So if I do cover it, I think I like this side better to leave uncovered. And I would cover the back where it's more. I just don't like the darker modeling as much as the lighter. And we're going to get the lights set up real fast. They're going to need to go down again because I had them up because of where they were the other day. Ooh, now we got light. Just rearranging things. Oh, that's too bright. We got to, it's making a glare. Scooch it back. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, so this is really, so this side is really mottled, and that's still, I'm going to turn him a little bit. This side is really mottled. This side is mottled, but not as much, but I like this side better. So, and I'm trying to decide if I even want to cover it. Because if I want to cover the whole thing, now is the time before it gets sewed in, because it's going to be easier to do that, to cover the whole page. This is a junk journal, Kathy. It's completely just a junk journal. I'm missing something. And yet you asked me to wrench. I don't know what that means, Sue, but yes. And there's, hi, Nick, Sue said.
Hello.
Kathy's little dude is Nicholas. Yeah, that's Nick's son is Nicholas. I know, I try so hard not to step on toes when I'm trying to go live. And I did look, there wasn't really anybody on live that I was too over, well, how do I say this in a nice way? There was people that I'm concerned with going on toes weren't on live when I went live. Because you can't watch out for everybody because otherwise no one would ever go live. Especially not when we have people that are on for 8 and 9 hours at a time. I can't do an 8 and 9 hour stream. I just can't do it. But it's hard if, you know, that's one of the people that you're trying not to step on toes and they're on there the whole time. So you know, and Joe told me you can't really wait for a perfect time because there's not ever going to be a perfect time. So Sunday afternoon seems to be a pretty good time for me, as well as it's not a busy time. But it's hard to find a time to put a schedule together and, you know, not step on too many toes. And I try to always look and see who's on and who's not on before I go. Because there's a lot of you, I don't want to be on live if you're on already, like, you know, Mary, Katrine. I know I'm not going to step on Melissa's toes because I'm not ever on when Melissa's on. But like Mary and Katrine and Amber, Kathy, Teresa Brady, all of y'all, I don't want to be on live when y'all are on because number one, I watch you guys and I want to be in your streams. So I don't want to miss stuff because I want to go live. And late at night seems to be a good time, but I just can't do late at night. My husband's trying to sleep, first of all, and I'm doing this in my kitchen. Now, how were we folded? Doesn't matter. I'm going to fold it this way. But I really like how this came out marbly looking, and I don't know what caused that, but it's really cool. But I am going to have to experiment with more coffee dyed papers. Here's another one of the ones that's slightly sprayed. So this one's not going to get anything done to it. I haven't really been covering my ticket pages, my sales ticket pages. So back in there it goes. Here's another one with the speckles from the cookie sheet. This side has more speckles, so I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to use book paper, or music page. See, I don't have any music paper either, so that's the other reason. I went through and I found stuff I don't have that I could use as a coating for my papers. Oh my goodness, Kathy, that had to be scary. But Holly, there are those that do the 8 and 9 hours, and then they'll take like a 4-hour break and go right back to another 7-hour stream. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just I can't wait when there's someone that's doing that to go live, and neither can anyone else really. So it is big enough for all of us, Jane. I agree. Funny. I can't keep up if I do that. I'll say something in one chat that has nothing to do with, if I was to do that, I'd make a comment in one chat that would have nothing to do with that chat, but was really meant for another chat, and everybody would be confused. Oh, a fairy journal. I bet that's going to be pretty. See, that's what I would do. So because I didn't have any music paper and I didn't have some other things, I decided I could go online, find some free stuff, print it out, and then I could make my pages what I want them to be. And work on my junk journal my way. So this is completely my way. I've not seen anybody else put veneers. I'm going to call this, it's a veneered journal. There we go. We're going to veneer our pages with other pages. Well, that sounds really sophisticated, doesn't it? It's a veneer journal. But I haven't seen anybody else do this. So it's just when you have little money, you do what you got to do. And we have printer paper because we buy it in a box. And we have the HP ink program, so they're going to send me more ink if I run out of ink. We upped our pages because I was printing too much. So my hubster Nick upped my pages. which is really cool because now I can print all I want, pretty much. And so up the page count. We upped it in the middle of the month because I was already out of pages, and they're going to send us more ink now because we were about out of ink too. That HP ink program is pretty cool. So it worked out pretty good. And at first I was worried about doing all the fronts of pages, and then it hit me. It doesn't matter if you do all the fronts of pages, because when you go through the book, the other half is on the other side. It's not like that they're going to look at it. We're not looking at these books like this. We're looking at these books page by page. So I really like this page. And I need to print that on cardstock because this would be gorgeous on cardstock. But then the other side of it would be white if the paper's not coffee dyed. Excuse me. So now, y'all, let me ask you this. I worry about pixelizing and everything. Am I pixelizing? Today we're on 4G. So I'm hoping it's not doing the pixelizing, the freezing up thing that my internet causes. And I make sure I'm not on the Wi-Fi. And after I glue this page, I will go back and check chat again. Okay. Another matte paper. Oh, I might leave that one. I kind of like that. I could put things in each one of these little spots. I kind of want to leave that one like it is. So, I like that. We're going to do that. Let's see. I'm going to leave the last page like it is, and it's on card because it is got sprays on it. This one, I'm going to make it. Oh, and my dictionary paper, y'all. I like my dictionary paper. We have lovely, loyal, lunacy, lunatic, lurid, luscious. I just thought it was funny that the page that they chose to put on the internet for free printing had ludicrous on it, lunatic, love, lozenge, lucid. I just thought that was hilarious. So I'm going to check on chat real fast and see who else is in. And we might be crooked. The whole journal. I can do that, Anastasia, when I get through. Let me finish gluing in this or my pages to my signature pages, and I can definitely show you what I'm doing. Okay, Kat, the program is called HP Instant Ink. You can go to HP, and I'm not being promoted anyway. It's HPInstantInk.com. You can get all the information. They have different plans for what you're doing. We just upped ours to the $9.99 300 page a month plan. They send you your ink. It's $9.99 a month to print the 300 pages.
People to do it through us.
You can carry over your unprinted pages up to 300 a month. And if you go over 300, it's $1 for every 25 over. So we figure if you're on the 300 plan, if like we were just on the 50 page a month plan and it was $1 for every 15 pages over, and we just upped it because I was way over and it was cheaper just to go $9.99 than to pay the overages. But they have all different kind of price plans. You just have to go look at hpinstantinc.com. Hi, Sean. I didn't see you come in behind. Thank you for coming. Oh, good. I'm glad it's clear. Holly, why are you on an all liquid diet? That's horrible. And yes, it would be horrible. So I'm going to cover this. And then I'm going to show Anastasia what I'm doing. And I did find paper for the backs of my journal covers, or my journal covers, my signature covers. And so we can put it back on this signature cover. The only other thing I was wanting to do today, because we haven't been on here that long yet. Oh, we've almost been an hour. I did cut my inserts for my pockets. And I think I have those pages over here somewhere that I wanted to put on my pockets, my pocket inserts. Because they're cardboard. We're not leaving them looking cardboard. Kind of be interesting, but I don't think so. And now Nick is talking to the dog. So if you hear that, he's talking to a dog, not me. Boy, that went crooked. See if I can get it back. Try. Let me put more glue because I can tell the glue is not going to work. I'll just reapply a little bit here and there. Let me try that again. Get it straight this time. That's not already, I can tell that's already not going to be straight. I can't cut straight, and evidently I can't glue straight. There we go. I can live with that. And it was folded this way. And then these two pages I'm not going to do anything with. And that's one of my sprayed pages. And I love the way that that came out. So let me grab all my paper stack back. Oops, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the back for the signature. I do have some trimming to do, but I was going to wait to do that till the very probably last. Okay. Now, the whole journal, Anastasia, it's a big one. Here is my cover that I made using Katrine's napkin method. This has not been trimmed down yet at all. I do have to trim it, but there are 4 signatures. These 3 are fixed. Boy, this is a chunky little thing. I may not can get 4 in here. I may have to stop there because just looking at it, oh, you can't see that. Looking at it, I think that that's really all. I don't want to overcrowd it, and we're not through with building yet. So we may just go with the 3 signatures that I have done, and I can use that 4th one for something else. Because this is very thick. So executive decision here, I think this is going to be it. But this is our journal, and it's just a junk journal. I'm making a junk journal, something that I wanted to make for me. I've never made a journal, so these go in here. I haven't done that yet. I haven't placed any of my long envelopes. So this one is one that's already glued, so we can look to see how this is going to kind of work with the pages fixed. And I kind of like how it looks with all the different backgrounds and stuff that I've made. My veneers that I put on my pages. I think I'm going to call it, I'm joking, y'all. A veneer journal sounds ridiculous. Sounds kind of cool. And that was a book page that I found to cover my book page. And like I said, these are just starts to backgrounds. I'm not going to leave it like that by any means, but it's a start to a background. That one was heavily inked, but I liked it, so I left it. And then there's the middle. Let me move these out of the way. And then on the back side, when you flip back through, I got to trim around that book page before I sew them in. And I know that there's some little things I have to do, so to get it all fixed. But I kind of like how it came out so far. And it's not sewed in. We were going to sew in things today. I am not to that point where we can sew in anything, but I think there's only going to be 3. So I will sew in one off camera because, Sue, I know you wanted to see me sew in 2 of them. So since we're going down to 3 signatures because of thickness, I will sew in one off camera and we will sew in the other 2 live on the next video. And I should be able to get to that point now that I don't have any company. I just didn't have time to work on this with the out-of-state company here. Okay, so there's that. There's our back cover. And we do need to put a back cover on that last one that we just did. And I do have to trim these pages down because of the thickness. It's pushing them out. So, and that's on all of them. So I will work on that off camera. But let's go on and take this one back apart. And I was thinking one of these, like that last signature, I could make it be a small journal all on its own. Definitely something like that. So let me get my cover out of the way. I don't want to mess that up. And this is Katrine's napkin. Katrine, I don't know. I don't remember what you called your video, but I used blue jean material. Painted, I just sewed my blue jeans. I painted them 2 layers of paint. And then I sealed it with Minwax polyacrylic, water-based. Put that on there. And while before that was dry, I applied my napkin. I applied another layer of polyacrylic over top of the napkin. No decoupage. I didn't use any decoupage medium at all. And then I put down a sparkly, glittery coating of the Minwax polyacrylic. And then after that was dry, I put a 3rd coat of polyacrylic. Because I had one spot that wasn't as glittery, I did put another coat of the glittery polyacrylic. And so mine got a 4th coat to seal it all. And it's very smooth. You don't feel the glitter sticking up anywhere. No glitter's flaking off. It's all very smooth. So that was how I made my journal cover. And then I attached it to cereal boxes, or attached cereal boxes to it. Now, I know for this I have to cut off at least the white edges plus a little bit. So I'm going to just go in, cut off the white edges first, and then look at it. And I'm way behind on chat, so let me scroll back up and catch up. With a Wi-Fi printer, they can see what your printer's doing. It communicates with their network, so they can see what it's doing. And we get our ink before we ever need ink. Oh, I miss Mary. Hi, Dorinda. Oh yeah, Katrine, you inspire me a lot. I like to watch what you do. And if y'all don't watch Katrine, go ahead. You need to go over to her channel and watch her videos. Katrine is very good at crafting and coming up with ways to reuse stuff, y'all. And so really, you need to head over to Katrine Hanson's channel and watch what she does with the stuff. Oh, that sounds cool, Katrine. Oh, Katrine, which note paper did you love? I'm sorry. I missed it. Thank you, Anastasia. I'm gonna really like how I think I'm gonna really like it. And like I said, it's something I haven't seen anybody else do. My first video does tell you what supplies you would need if you don't have supplies, beginning crafter kind of thing, you can make it for less than $10. This journal. And as long as you have a printer and some ink, you could definitely do it for less than $10. It is okay, Katrine. Put your video link in. Oh, she can't. Yes, she can. She's a wrench. Katrine, go ahead. Put your link in. Hi, Brenda. Oh, this Katrine is a placemat that my husband got me from Walmart. And I know you don't have Walmart in Denmark. But he got me this so I could keep it on my desk, and I've done all kind of stuff to this poor little thing, but it washes back up again because it's plastic coated. It's great. And at first I was afraid to do stuff on it because I didn't want to get it dirty, and my husband said, go for it. So that's what I did. So that I have cut pretty much to the right size. So we're ready to glue, and I need a new glue stick. These glue sticks, when you're at the very end, well, there's a little bit left in there, it turns it a different color. And that's because the bottom is blue. So let me pull this one. When they're new, they're white. When you get down to the bottom, you can tell that because it goes to this green color. But that's because the bottom thing that the glue is on is green. So I kind of like that. I know when I'm out of glue, which we're about to be on the stick. And Katrine, I'm saving my glue stick things because you said you were going to show us sometime how to use them. So I've got about 5 or 6 of these little things now. So I'm just waiting. And if you did it and I missed your video, I'll go back and watch it. But I'm waiting for that video so I can see what to do with all my empty glue stick holders. So I've just been saving them in a little stack. And I'm glad you gave us the heads up on that, because these things would have went in the garbage. Because I don't know what to do with these other than toss them in the garbage. So I can't wait to see what she does with the glue stick, the empty glue stick things. Because I'm sure we all have empty glue sticks. Okay, now we got to make sure we get this right side up, because that would be a horrible thing to put it on there upside down. Now, I have thought about, because these pages go right to the edge, when I'm ready to embellish everything, putting lace or something down this back spine of my signature covers. So, I have thought about that. Oh, it's empty because its papers are over here. I'm like, why does it feel weird? Because its papers are over there. Okay. So we're going to go down to 3 signatures. I'll save that 4th one for something else because I've already got all the paper coffee dyed and everything. Do y'all want to do the inserts for the pockets now, or do you want to do that on the next video? Hi, Debbie. Thank you for coming. Oh, I know how that is because my hubby wants to add stuff to the list and all kind of stuff. Kathy, I was throwing them away too till I was on Katrina's live the other day, and she held one up. She said, "Y'all need to be saving these. I have a video for what to do with them." So since she said that, I've been saving them and hoarding them. Oh, wow, Katrine, that is cool. And I have feathers. Okay. Because that was the only other thing I had planned for today was to put the front and back on my inserts for my, when I find out what I did with my little cardboard inserty things. Uh-oh. That is not them. Bear with me one moment, please. Nick, they're over there somewhere. 4 cardboard. You didn't bring them to me. It's 4 pieces of cardboard that are cut to size. They're all, they're probably on the table with those, because that's where the front and backs are. I didn't bring everything I needed, y'all. And it's in the living room where I was working. But I'm glad I have my big table back. And I have plans for several journals. And the paper they were on. Because that's the parts that go with them. Thank you so much, my darling. He's such a wonderful hubster. Okay. Now these, let me explain what we got. I buy 9 by 12 drawing sketch pads from the Dollar Tree. This is the back to those pads. I'm using 6 by 9 envelopes. So when you cut them in half, they make the perfect size inserts. So that's where these came from. Then this is cardstock. This is what my printer does to cardstock. So, and I've got these set up for fronts and backs so I can get my little inserts together. So the cardstock went through just fine. This is a 110-pound weight paper that we got at Sam's for relatively cheap. So I'm going to trim this off. I want to keep that little rough edgy looking thing though. Oh, I need to make sure I'm not going to get that too small. I will center it and then I will put lace or something. I can't put lace around it. I can paint it around it after. That's what we're going to have to do because I done cut it too small. But I like this image. And I don't want to cut it. I didn't want to leave too much white. I just don't like the way the white looks. So, oh, that didn't go through. Let me line that back. I'm not going to try to line it up. I'm going to do that. Okay. And I'm going to cut this very top part. Does my blade quit working? No, that was just a very thin cut. Let's try that again. I do have replacement blades if the blade has quit. I've cut a lot of paper. So it's possible I have totally killed my... Where didn't... Yeah. Either that. Maybe it's just not. Hang on. Let me try. I'm going to slide it up. I may not even be... Oh. Maybe I wasn't under the doohickey. There we go. It helps if you're under the little... If you're in line with the blade when you're cutting. It does work a lot better. Okay, this one I know I'm going to cut the edges off. I was fine with doing that. I'm going to try not to cut it too small. Eyeball it and then see what we got. And so now you can see that it is the paper pad part. Line that up with, back it out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the front and back of this one. And I'm going to put lace tabs on these so they can pull in and out easier. A thing I learned watching other crafters. And this, let me move that so I don't get glue all over it. So each of my envelopes has a pocket on it. On the cover, there's a big pocket. And this is going to be, I wanted one side to be image and one side to be, this one, I think, it can be journaled on. I can't really put embellishments on it or it won't fit in my pocket. But it can still be journaled on, that kind of thing. I just like this paper. Or this, the way this one piece looks right here. But it could be something where somebody could make notes, or you might be able to put a picture on it. You probably can, since this is an envelope and it's... Okay, now we're going to do the back side. And then we'll put it in its pocket. So my next live will probably be Wednesday in the afternoon, probably around see, hubby is doing windows next week, so they won't be coming home in the middle of the day due to heat. They got an inside job this week. They're doing windows and painting, and they won't be on a roof, so he won't be coming home interrupting me in the middle of the day. Thank goodness. I mean, I love him. It doesn't bother me, but yeah. Okay, so now this is going to go in these little pockets that were made by the envelope itself. And I did check this, and it does fit perfectly in there. And it's going to have a tab to pull it out. So that is how that goes. So here's the image for the second one. We need to get it right side up. And I think if I cut just off right to the edge, that'll work. Perfect. So just line that up carefully in the little thing. Seeing where that piano wire is like really difficult. Okay, oh, we might as well, while I have the cutter, we'll cut this one. See, I can use this to go by. That's an idea. Just don't cut it off anymore. Back it up a little bit. And back it up a little bit more. And I can go back in and take just a hair off. There we go. So now those two are ready to go. And here we have this. Let me check chat. Oh, no, Janie, tell Mary that's fine. She's fine. Tell her not to cut her thing. We are about done here. Tell Mary not to stop her stream. We're about done. I got 2 more, this one plus 2 more, and then we're going to be done for the day. And tell Mary not to stop her. She's fine. She is fine. Oh, today is the drawing. Hope I don't have to be over there. No, I think I'm good. I'm joking, Janie. But yeah, let her know that she's fine. Oh, cool, Brenda. And everybody does the journals different. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. And y'all have a good dinner. Thanks, Janie. I was just joking, Janie. I knew I had submitted. So yeah, just let her know we're not going to be long here, and she's fine. She's fine. That's not a problem. Okay, so we are just going to, now these are images that I got from Michelle Scott, I think. And I can't check. I'll have everything in folders on my phone, but I think this is a Michelle, no, it's not. That I found on the internet. This is a Michelle Scott image from Michelle Scott's group. This one I found on the internet. As long as it's something I found on the internet, that I found myself and I didn't download from a group as a free printable. As long as it's something I found myself, my Foxy's Jewelry Creation Facebook page, there will be a link below. I have created a folder over there called Journal Pages. Y'all are free to go into that folder and download and print anything that saves you having to search for everything that I went and found. Because I've already done hours and hours of searching. Plus, I've been saving papers for I don't know why, y'all. I do not honestly know why I was saving. But for like 2 years, before I even became a paper crafter. Because I just started doing this. But for 2 years, I have been saving background images. I don't know why. That I would find on the internet and that I thought were really pretty. Like I said, I have no clue why I was saving those. And some of them I can't find anymore, so I'm glad I have them on the phone. But y'all are more than welcome to print anything out of that folder that I have found myself, that I did the search on. I'm only using copyright, what says copyright free images. I have, because I don't want to take something that somebody put their hard work into developing and use it. So, not without getting permission. Anyway, so if it's, as long as it, and that's what I search for. I always do a search through Google for copyright free, like background images, copyright free images. That's how I do my searches. But look how perfectly that came out. And I am going to paint around these edges, y'all. I'm just not going to do that on camera. Okay, so there is our number 2 done. We will slip it into its little pocket. If I can get it to, now these are supposed to, well, if it won't go in there, I will trim off the edge. And here again, Joe was saying the other day that paper's not always, helps if your cutter thingy stays in your cutter. The blade. Oh, I'm not on the piano wire again. But sometimes your paper pads aren't sized correctly, so who knows? I'll just trim a little bit off, though, and then it'll fit. Or not. Okay, y'all. This one. There we go. And it has fits in there. So now we have 2 of those done. We have 1 left to go. And since I'm not using the other journal, I think what I'm going to do is on this one, let me get all my scrappage out of the way. I'm going to use these 2. This was going to be the back of the other signature that we're not going to use because of the bulky. Well, because of how fatty it already is. So I think this is what I'm going to do. This one and this one. Or, hang on. Oh. I think I like this too. I keep thinking I got more than 1 page. It is more than 1 page. I think I'll go this way with this one. The birds, and then this. I really like this bird image, and I love how it looks on the cardstock. I think cardstock's the way I'm going to be printing stuff like this from now on, now that we know that it'll go through the printer with no problem. So for this, we need to get right up against the little branch edge. And right up against it on this side. And then for this, it's cut the whites off and then go from there. Wait a minute. That was for a book page. I'm going to cut the white off of that side. And then on this side, I will come in that far. Okay, we'll just guesstimate this. Whoa, that's too far. I think that's good. And cut the white off of this side. And if it's a little shy because I can't guesstimate good, then I will fix it with paint. And it's a little bit shy, but I'm fine. I will paint behind it. Not a problem. And this edge has got where I folded it to. I'm going to trim that off. The folded part. Because that's annoying me. Okay. So that's going to be good. Just like that. And this glue stick is getting close. I see it turning color. But I don't think it was a brand new one either, because I had been using glue sticks yesterday, and I don't try to, I had more than one out at a time. So just as I was grabbing them to glue is what happened. Now, the good news about not using that other signature I have put together is I now have all kinds of extra coffee dyed paper that I can use to make pockets out of, and I can use for, you know, other things, or I could leave it together and make it its own little journal. Nope, we're going to get a wrinkle. Okay, so there's that side. And we are going to glue to this side. And I'm thinking, because you can't see the ink on here at all, putting glue on here, wet glue on this cardstock, should not affect the image on the front. It does on the printer paper because it's so thin, and it will cause it to run. But as long as you didn't like oversaturate the paper, I don't think the inkjet ink would run. So I'm going to experiment with that, because that might solve a lot of problems all at one time. Okay. Slide it up just a little bitty bit more. That didn't slide up at all. Try that again. Trying to make sure I'm in camera. Okay. And there is that one. And now we will put it in its little folder, or not. Well, I'm going to cut off the edge that's too tall. And what's funny, y'all, is this is a 9 by 12 inch pad. This is 9 inches. The envelope is 9 inches. So now where I had it and it was showing and I was going to need to paint, now I may not need to paint. And now it will fit straight in that pocket. Without a problem. And they're going to have, like I said, I'm going to put little tabs to help pull those out. So these are our 3 signatures. And I may switch this cover. Here's what the option is. Because I already I have these 2 just to make it go. I love her. Don't get me wrong. And I do have a back I can put on. Oh, no. I think I just used its back. Oh, I did, but I can print another one. But I think I like her better to go with the other 2. So this is probably going to be the one I'm going to use, is this one instead of her. And I just have to print another back out. So we can switch. Them out. Take my little paper from my pocket. Put it into this pocket. I want it to this way. And then I will print out another backing for that one. I will print another one of these pages to put on the back. Because I just used it on my card, my insert. But that can be a journal all by itself. So that's what we've got now. We've got 3 signatures. I keep wanting to call them inserts. 3 signatures. We have our cover. This is going to be quite a thick. I'm trying to get it to where. Let me raise the camera up just a little bit, y'all. Okay, it won't. It's not tight back here. Okay, so that's quite a thick journal. Now I'll put it down and pull us back forward. Hi, Misty. Sorry I didn't see you come in. I'm going to pull this forward so I can read chat. That's fine, Misty. Thank you, Debbie. I'm going to be doing a lot more printing on cardstock. That's the first time I did it. Thank you, Misty. Oh, pieces of paper for each signature? Oh, my. Let's count them. I don't know. I know this. There are 10 big sheets and 4 half of sheets, and that doesn't count envelopes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting envelopes is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I didn't count coffee filters either. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 total pages with the coffee filters and envelopes counted. So, yeah. Thank you, Katrine and Debbie. So that's where we are. The next time when we come back, I will have one of these sewed in to our binding. The oh, now where did that go? Aha. This is what we're using to sew our signatures into. It will create a hidden binding. I will have one. I'm going to put one down the middle now and one on each side of it since we're only using 3. So that's going to change it a little bit, but this is still big enough because of how big those are. So I'll have one sewn in. We'll sew in the other 2. We'll put this together. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for the inside covers. And then we get to decorate pages. So between now and then, I will sew one in, get my pages trimmed up for my signatures, and I will start fussy cutting embellishment thingies. I do not like to fussy cut, but I've got all kind of stuff printed out that I want to use in this journal. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for coming. So that's where we are currently. I do have to print out another back for this one since I changed its cover. That's not a problem. So that's where we are right now. Any images that I'm using that are free images that I didn't get from somebody else's Facebook group are going to be in my Fox's Jewelry Creations Facebook page in a file called Journal Pages. I got them free off the internet. Saves y'all from having to look for them. Go on, download them, have fun. It's not a group, so you don't have to join a group. It's just a page where I post my work, which I haven't been doing lately and have to get better at. But I did get these uploaded, which doesn't make sense. I don't upload my work, but I upload these. If only it was that fast to upload work, because if I didn't have to put descriptions and all that in there, I could upload photos all day. And I may just start uploading photos and say, if you're interested, contact me for other information. But that's neither here nor there, y'all. The groups that I got the other images from are Shell Bell. Her link is in the other video before this one in the description box. And Michelle Scott, her link is also below in the description box on the other one. Any of their images will not be in my journal folder because I got them from their groups, and you really need to join their group to get those images. So was there any questions or anything? Brenda, you're funny with the toes. Do you dream about toes after that, Brenda? So there we go. So that's it for today. And that way we can all go over and jump on Mary's live and watch her. If y'all don't have any questions or anything. And go over and show the love to Mary. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And I see that I got 10 thumbs up. Yay! And only 6 people in here. So that means other people did a great job. Okay, thank you all and have a great day. Thank you so much for coming. I'll be on again live, hopefully Wednesday afternoon. Because I got some stuff going on Tuesday, but Wednesday should be good. That gives me a couple of days to do some fussy cutting. So I'll be back Wednesday afternoon at probably about the same time. Noon Central, 1 Eastern seems to work good for me. I will post it in the groups that I'm in. And let's go on and jump over and watch Mary. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Y'all have a great day. See you in Mary's chat. Okay, Brenda, that'll work. Oh, no, don't ignore your doctor. I'm sorry, I misread that. Do not ignore your doctor. You can watch while you're sitting out waiting because everybody knows doctors keep you in their little waiting room forever. Okay, bye-bye.